Compliance gaining? What is it? What does it do? Is it beneficial? Hi, my name is Kathleen Robles, and today I'll be talking about the influence that young adults have amongst themselves. Compliance gaining refers to the act of intentionally trying to alter people's behavior, and it applies mostly in psychology and communication studies. At the same time, persuasion focuses on the attitudes and beliefs of the target group. It is important to note that one must not change the target's behavior to gain compliance. For example, students are aware that cheating is wrong, but they still do it anyways. However, the student knows that cheating will get them expelled. The threat of expulsion might bring about compliance. Among young adults is an ever-present risk that young people are willing to take without clear understanding of the repercussions. The peer influence leads to young adults into activities that they cannot engage in without the influencer's presence, just because they want to gain acceptance in a particular social circle. For example, on a night out, the dialogue among young adults is likely to be centered on alcohol consumption, when among peers, young adults are not likely to engage in alcohol consumption. The compliance gaining mechanism amongst young adults is what encourages others to consume alcohol. Research has shown that one of the strategies used to gain compliance among young adults is the self-worth strategy. Under the self-worth strategy, the influencers make their target feel overlooked or different from their peers if they don't engage in specific behavior. In a group format, the most influential and seemingly well-off persons are often the leaders. The implication is that the other persons in the group shall emulate the leader. Thus, everything they do appears relaxed. So, therefore, they end up imitating the supposed leader, and eventually they copy them and change without realizing it. They find that they have complied. In other words, young adults will comply due to their leader's characteristics, but not necessarily because they follow a uniform power structure. The bottom line is that the increasing immediacy raises the willingness of the group members towards compliance. When you should get concerned about young adults' behavioral changes is when you notice changes in sleep, behavior, or eating. When you do notice those changes, you should talk to an expert. If it's long term, then that's when you should really talk to a mental health expert. Some children are more likely to get affected by negative compliance gaining than others. For example, young adults who suffer from low self-esteem feel that they have few friends, and those with mental health issues are at a high risk of getting influence. The young adults in this group might feel that compliance gaining is the only way of gaining acceptance. All negative compliance gaining is highly in young adults, especially for boys. Therefore, anybody should be very vigilant during those years to observe any warning signs to the children's behaviors. The most challenging risk for young adults is finding balance between being themselves and trying to fit in the group. First, young adults might have low self-esteem, which makes them easy at being influenced by their peers. The best way to build a child's self-esteem is by encouraging them to try new things that place them on a higher path to success. Secondly, anybody should keep every possible communication line so young adults feel comfortable opening up about everything. They shouldn't be scared about talking to someone, knowing that they can trust that person with whatever. They should always have somebody. They should never be scared to let their emotions out. In conclusion, compliance gaining influences behavioral changes, not just in young adults, but every person who finds himself in a group. However, compliance gaining does not have to produce adverse effects who find themselves in a group. Sometimes connections created through compliance gaining are positive, beneficial, and everlasting. As mentioned earlier, the young adult years are the most crucial life of an individual. How I like to call them is the make or break years. To say that parents should teach their children how to discern constructive from destructive relationships during the young adult years. You should always keep your ears open, your arms open, no matter what, no matter who it is. Just always be there for someone, because you never know if you need someone the same way they need you. Thank you for listening.